Are you terrified by the idea of public speaking or being filmed, being interviewed? If so, you're absolutely not alone. I see so many comments on YouTube about people feeling nervous, about people not wanting to show their face to the camera. I've also had comments to my own videos with people asking me how I learned to be confident talking to camera and to come across naturally. And thank you very much for those really kind comments. I thought I'd take a few minutes to share 5 key things that I've learned over the years which really helped me to take away the nerves and come across naturally when I'm being interviewed or public speaking, something which I've got quite a lot of experience over the years. My name's Lucy, welcome to my channel, Lucy on Life, where I share videos about how to be happy at work and how to be happy in life. But first, I want to let you into a little secret, and it is that I was not born confident in any shape or form. Oh, absolutely not. When I was younger, I would do anything to avoid having to stand up in front of people and say words. So whether that was school assemblies, whether that was university seminars, even when I began work, I would avoid public speaking. And when I did start work, I learned about this terrible thing called presentations, where you had to stand up in front of people and talk about stuff. And I had to do presentation skills training, and I've never been more nervous about anything in my whole life. So I just wanted to reassure you that you can learn techniques to come across more naturally and come across as confident, and I'm going to share those with you now. The first thing I want to talk about is that feeling awkward in these situations is completely normal. It's completely human. In fact, I don't think there are many people who wouldn't feel weird sitting as I am now, talking to the back of their iPhone in the corner of their office. It does feel weird, and I do, if I'm honest, I do feel slightly nervous. So that feeling of nerves that you have is shared, and I think we need to be honest that it is not normal. The second area I want to talk about is preparation. I think a lot of people think that if they write a full script of every single word they want to say in a video or in a speech, then that will help. It might help, but the problem with having all of the words written down in front of you is that it's very difficult to read from a full script and also come across naturally. So the best tip I would give is to prepare the words and really think through what it is you want to say and what you want to get across, but draw out the key points in bullet point form rather than that full script. It might help to write the speech in full and have it there. In fact, if I'm giving a speech that's quite long in my public life, then I might well have the full words there, but I wouldn't really refer to them. I would just have them there almost like a comfort blanket. I think the point is that the preparation is the key. So rather than having the script to read out, it's have the script so you can then have the bullet points that you want to make sure that you cover. And if there are any particular facts or numbers or percentages, then have those ready and refer to them so you don't make a mistake. So I think that that preparation is also key. The third area that I think is really helpful is to imagine the audience that you're speaking to and speak to them. I have in my mind for my videos as the audience someone a bit like me, maybe a bit younger than me, who is figuring out what they want to spend their life doing or the next phase of their life doing. So when I make my videos, I have in mind an actual person that I've spent a lot of time with, chatting about careers and life and stuff. And so I kind of have her in my mind, and I think of I think of these conversations with the camera almost as though they're a conversation over coffee with her, with this friend of mine. And so that helps, I hope, to make it a bit more natural and a bit more human. The fourth area is body language. It really helps to feel comfortable in your situation. So I'm sitting in quite a comfortable chair with a cushion at my back, so I feel quite comfortable. And also to think about the way you communicate with beyond words. And so eye contact is really important, and body language and use of movement is really important. So leaning slightly forward as though you're talking to somebody, looking into the lens of the camera as if you're looking into the eye of the person you're speaking to, smiling. If you smile, outwardly you look happier and more relaxed, and you will feel it inside as well. I find thinking about body language and planning to feel more relaxed really does help to genuinely relax me when I'm making these videos. And the final area is honestly practice. At the start of my career, like I say, could not have been more nervous about public speaking. 30-something years later, I've given speeches to 1,000 people at a conference. I've been on live breakfast television. I've spoken to the Prime Minister. I've been in situations that if you had told younger Lucy, you will do that one day, I would have just flat, no way. I couldn't possibly. The only reason I've been able to do that is by practicing and being in situations through those early years at American Express where I had to give presentations for work, and it gradually got easier. I gradually learned that I didn't look ridiculous. I wasn't going to fall over my words. Even if I paused, no one noticed. I would remind myself that if I was giving a presentation about a subject, chances were I would know more about that subject than anyone else in the room, and they were interested to learn about whatever it was. So those years of practice, and you can do this too with your camera, with your phone, if you're practicing making videos, practice making short clips, practice speaking, practice sitting in different positions, different chairs, different cushions, and look at how you look. And you will feel and look more confident as you get more used to it. And it's really super important and I want to reiterate this point, you are not alone if you feel nervous when you're giving a speech or making a YouTube video. It is a feeling that is universal. And so I want you to remember that, and I want you to carry on making videos. Thank you so much for watching. It's been brilliant to have you here. If you've enjoyed today's video, please don't hesitate to give it a like and subscribe if you want to hear more from me.